Hi, this is the Jordan 343, and I got some RC ramps just to show you. Wouldn't recommend using these for bikes because I'll explain in the video. Okay, this is my first one. It's crappy. It's built the same way as the second one, and I'm going to use the second one to explain how to build it because it's better. And first I'll just explain why this is crappy. See, it's got the bend and everything. Good jump. But then I took this board, I went down too far, went down all the way to the end. So it has a very thick gap. So when you lay it down, there will be a thick gap because it's sitting up on these boards. So make sure you do not make that mistake when you do this. So this is my second one. See, it's got the nice curve. I took 4 pieces of wood right here. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, messed up because I'm looking in the camera, but yeah. So I took pieces of wood and I drilled them all together with each other like that. And you can use one thick piece of wood. Just this is all I had, so I used what I had, and I did the same thing with that one. Just used 2. So then you notice how it's got the bend here because I used 4 separate pieces of wood. And I took some metal brackets and put some metal brackets down onto this thing to keep it from bending. So now there's less of a chance of it breaking. And that is why I wouldn't recommend using it for bikes or anything else. And the second reason I wouldn't recommend it, because look how thin that is. That would probably break eventually on you, and you would probably get hurt. So this is probably about 3 foot long ramp, probably a little over a foot high of the jump, and maybe it's a little over 3 feet wide. And now on to explaining. So how I mentioned those, you drill those all together, and then I'd recommend putting a base on it. I just use a piece of wood, and you drill from the bottom like that. And after you drill from the bottom, you get your base nice and good. You take and you just drill your piece of particle board onto here, and what that's going to do is it's going to hold it there for you so you can get this nice bend in here. So the bend isn't actually as hard as it looks. So what you do is after you get all of this assembled, all of that, you take in, I use 3 pieces of wood because mine is about 3 feet wide, so I just use 3 pieces of wood. You take these pieces of wood here, and what you do is you drill from the bottom into the pieces of wood. So then you'll have them like this, and then they'll be able to move around, and you just get them aligned up into the middle side, other side. After they're lined up, then you take and you drill these into place. Make sure you drill from this side, because if you drill from the other side, you're gonna have nails sticking up, and nails sticking up out of your RC jumps are not good. So don't do that. And then after you drill this piece of board in, what you have to do is have someone that I don't know, a friend, someone to help you step down on it and drill in to the particle board. Make sure you're lined up with the pieces of wood on the bottom. And what that's going to do is when you drill through, it's going to catch on the piece of wood on the bottom and suck that piece of board down, and it's going to give you that nice curvature in there. And just like I said, make sure you do not go too far with the boards because you want a nice even end. This is flat, but it doesn't look it. Oh, it's not flat, it's just not as bumpy as my other one. So just do everything I said and you'll have a good ramp like that one. Just don't do this because that'll just screw it up. So that's my review of my one crappy RC ramp and my good one. And that's about it. This is just basically how-to video of how to do it. Okay.